So I want to share with you the tale of two mountains. I think we can all agree that climbing mountains is hard. It takes perseverance, commitment, dedication. I mean, if I go on a hike for 2 hours, I'm pretty tired. Gene, Submarine Hill in Puerto Rico, you know what that's like. You get whipped after a little bit. So climbing a mountain, it's hard. We can all agree. But what's so cool about life is that we get to choose our hard wisely. Because don't be mistaken, this life's going to be hard regardless of the path you take. So just choose your hard. And it's funny when we get into real estate, we're like, okay, we're in real estate now, and we see this mountain in front of us, and we just start climbing. We just start climbing the mountain, and we never think, what's at the top of the mountain? What does that look like? What's there? What's the view going to be like when I get there? We just start climbing this mountain, climbing this mountain, climbing this mountain. And I want you all to just take a step back with me for a minute as I share the tale of two mountains with you. This is my wife and I in Avalanche Lake in Montana. Beautiful, awesome hike. We saw grizzly bears come down the mountain right after this picture was taken. The first mountain is what I want to go with you on this journey first with. So you show up. Just imagine this with me. Go on this journey. And I got to tell you right now, these are magical mountains. Both are magical. So you show up. It's early. The sun's rising. And you get there. And it's quiet. You're alone, which you're kind of excited about that for a little while. You know, you got some peace and quiet. And you're walking along. At first, it's a gradual climb. You're enjoying it. It's new. It's exciting. You like it. And you're like, I can do this. This is pretty cool. But then after a while, you start to realize, like, wow, this is kind of lonely. This is hard. And you think about taking a break to kind of catch your breath and relax. But then you think, well, if I stop, I may never get to the end destination in time. So I have to just keep going. And you get to the top, and you look out at the view, and it hits you. In one instant, you can see your past, your present, and your future. And what you see are potentially strained relationships with your family, strained relationships with your children, because you are always climbing. You aren't very present with your family because you're always thinking about the climb. And you're like, man, like I'm at the top. And by this mountain standard, you are successful. But as you take a breath and you're like, wow, what do I do now? You look up and you realize that you're just right here. And there's another peak, and another peak, and you have to keep going. Year after year after year, you just have to keep climbing. And that's the traditional real estate model. At EXP, we have mountain number 2. Now this one's a little different. So the day starts out the same. It's a nice day. It's warm. The sun's rising. You're like, okay, that's a good day for a hike. And you're in the middle of nowhere, and this mountain actually looks a little bit scarier. It looks a little bigger. You're like, man, this might not be the mountain I want to climb. This looks a little scary. Might get hurt. But what you see in the distance is a group of people, and you're like, wow, that's really weird because I'm in the middle of nowhere, and there's people there. And as you get closer, you realize that it's your friends. It's people in this room with you right now, like Brent, Gene. And they're waiting for you, and you're like, what are you guys doing here? Like, this is crazy. And they say to you, we actually just got down from climbing the mountain, and we're here to help you. We're your guides. Because we've already been where you want to go. And I'm like, this is pretty cool. Thank you guys. You didn't have to do that, but I really appreciate it. So we start climbing. And what I notice is the pace is fast, but it feels easy and effortlessly. And there's a lot of time to take breaks and enjoy the view and enjoy the journey because they know where they're going. You just follow them. So you can just get focused on having fun. And you rest and you finally get to the top. And it's been 5 years, just like the other mountain, but you have more energy than when you started. You're more excited, and you're like, this is the best mountain ever, and and you look out at the view, and you're like, just like before, you see your past, present, future, and what you look at is your freedom. You look at your dream house, your dream car, your dream vacations. You're spending as much time with whoever you want, whenever you want, doing the things that you want. And the best part about it is your family magically appears there. At this point, you're crying tears of joy. And they're running up to you and they're crying too. And they're just hugging you saying, thank you so much for the sacrifices you made to get here, for the fears you had to face. And it's cool that you got the dream house and the dream car and all that. But what they're most excited about is that they have your time. They have your full attention. That's what this is about, guys.